Hi Ken, it's your 55th birthday and this is our little gift to you. We thought we would share 55 things that we like about Ken Cochrum.
We're not going to share 55 things. That's impossible. We're just going to share 10.
10 things, okay, 10 things, we'll share 10 things. First one, Ken, is that you are passionate, that you're...
That's mine.
Oh, okay. Gina's going to share the first one.
All right, so the first thing that comes to mind when I think of you, Ken, is that you're passionate. And that kind of encompasses a lot of things. You're passionate about vision and you share it confidently, and it feels like the way that you share it just makes other people just want to come along. And I love that you do everything 110%, and it just infuses other people with excitement and hope. And it feels like Ken says we can take the hill, so we can take the hill. And I love everything, whether it's your family, your leadership, your friendships, everything, you're just all in, and that's great.
For sure. Another thing, Ken, we appreciate your spiritual leadership, that you are a spiritual leader. And I often think about the quote from Andrew Murray that you mention a lot, about sounding the deepest spiritual note. And I think you do that well in your communication and how you lead, and the way that you're diligent in prayer. You know, I love how you pray through lists, in Asia Impact, you used to pray through the list of all hundreds of the staff, right? Yeah. Get up early in the morning to do that. And so really appreciate your spiritual leadership and how it's from the heart. And I see you often be moved to tears as you pray or as you think about those you lead or the lost. So you're a spiritual leader.
Yeah. Another thing that I really like about you, Ken, is the way that you love and lead your family. I feel like that's been such a huge example to us for so long. I remember in Singapore thinking, how do we get Ethan and Megan to be like Travis and Amy? So I think there's a lot of things that I've observed about you as a parent, just your intentionality, the way that you are just so intentional with your kids and the conversations that you have with them and the way that you do vacations together. And it's just been such an encouragement to us.
Yes. Speaking of which, the fourth thing is that I appreciate you're fun to travel with. And we have been on a lot of trips together. You think about it, a lot over the last 15-ish years, a lot of planes, a lot of meetings, and it's been a blast. Really enjoy that time to hang out and talk together, the informal times, and leading together in that process. So I put together 55 pictures of us traveling and leading and doing stuff together. Okay, here they are. Go. All right, lots of memories there. Again, you're fun to travel with, and I've enjoyed all those trips and all that leadership together.
Yeah. Well, I haven't done much traveling with you, but one of the things I appreciate about you and working with you is the way that you champion women. And that's something that I often tell other people, if you want to look for someone who's doing that well at Crew, to look at you. So I personally have appreciated just feeling like you really value me and believe in me, sometimes more than I believe in myself. But just the way that you are intentional in that and seek to find places and make space for women around you is just really encouraging.
Definitely. I appreciate that. Thanks for valuing my wife and other women. Also, we appreciate that you're a learner and a reader. Mm-hmm. You read a ton of books. And actually, one of the first ways that we interacted was I asked you for a list of recommended books when we were still living in Beijing and you're in Singapore. And so you put me under the pile with how many books you read. But the cool thing is that we get to learn from that because you're like human Cliff Notes and you just...
Yeah, then we don't have to read the books.
We don't have to read the books. You just share the main points and we got it. But really appreciate how you learn and apply those things and that you're a learner and a reader.
Yeah. And one of the things I really like about you, Ken, is that, I've always known you as someone who has a lot of power, and that, because that power used to intimidate me, but I've just seen over the years more and more how you use that power for the good of the people around you and really to lift them up and encourage them and strengthen them. And it's really cool to see. I think it draws people to you because there's a sense of like that you are so for the people around you. So it's really cool.
With great power comes great responsibility.
You're a Spider-Man.
Maybe. So another thing I appreciate about you, Ken, is that you're teachable, and I see that come out in how you ask for feedback. I remember when you were leaving Singapore, moving back to the U.S., and you came and asked my San and I, and you said, "Hey, can you give me that last 10% of feedback, like that you maybe hold back? Like, what's that last hard 10% of crucial feedback that you could give me to help me grow as a leader?" That, and in other cases, I appreciate how you ask for and receive feedback from others, including even just recently when I shared some things from my heart with you and how graciously you received that. So I appreciate that about you.
Ken, one of the things I really like about you, and it's also one of those things that jumps to mind when I think about you, is what an encouragement you are to the people around you. I've just so many times I have memories of sitting in your office and just you saying just words that were just so life-giving. And I don't know if you think about them ahead of time or they just come out, but it's just amazing to me. It just seems like you're really intentional to build people up with your words, and I know I've really benefited from that.
Agreed. And that intentional, you said that
Yes.
that is actually the 10th thing.
Yes.
That
It's kind of the theme through all of these.
yes, that we appreciate about you, Ken, is your intentionality in living, and again, how you lead your family, how you lead yourself, how you lead others. That you're just very intentional, and that is a great thing that you model, and that I appreciate. That results in you being, I think, more fruitful. You want to have the most impact, the deepest relationships, and that requires intentionality, and you model that well in many areas of life. So those are 10 things that we appreciate about you on your 55th birthday. Thanks for being a huge blessing to us, and we look forward to many more years of friendship and leadership together.
Yep. Happy birthday, Ken.
Happy birthday.